Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chimp Racer here for another quick episode. This episode I'd like to cover food and satiation. So I would like to try and be pretty quick about this. Ideally what I'd like to cover are how food ticks, less cursed, uncursed food, satiation values, and then also curses that you should look for, corpses that you should avoid. I believe I said curses. That's not what I meant. So starting off, go into the shopkeep. I like to pick up all the items, stack them all in a nice little neat pile. There I can typically sort and tell what's what. I notice here these are normal. These are cursed because if you look, there's 2 for 30, and in this case 1 for 30. Cursed is 50% less sustenance. Blessed is 25% more sustenance. So definitely it's better to get blessed food if you can, but it's typically a lot more expensive, but it's definitely better for your weight. Ideally, you want to try and sit around burdened. It'll definitely help early game when you're around burdened with your food, as that will naturally train your strength. As you notice here, I'm hungry. So there's 5 different levels of hunger. There's bloated, which is 2500 plus satiation value. There's satiated, which is 1501 to 2500. There's normal, which is 250 to 1500. There's hungry, which is where I'm at now, which is negative 50 to 249. There's hungry with an exclamation point, negative 300 to negative 51. And then below that is starving. What's that really mean? Those numbers are just how much food value you have in your stomach, aka how full you are. So what do they mean? Bloated reduces your speed by 10. Satiated reduces your speed by 5. Hungry naturally has nothing assigned to it. So right now there's no negative effect other than, hey, I'm hungry. Hungry with an exclamation point starts dragging down your strength, your learning, your willpower, and your dexterity. And anything below, once you're starving, you have a random chance of death. So how does hunger tick? So every time I move in the game, that's 1 game turn. Your character has a natural hunger rate. So I'm a dwarven paladin, so my natural hunger rate is 1 per turn. So every turn I move, that's going to tick down. If you are strained or burdened, that's an additional +1. So now I'm taking 2 food value per turn. There's a couple additional modifiers. There's some exceptions as well. If you're a troll, your food consumption is doubled. If you're a monk, I believe it's halved. And if you're a farmer, I believe it's halved. Not 100% on that, but I'll have links and references in the comments below. Additionally, if you have an item or you're invisible, that should be +3 per turn. Before you have crowned, that's +0.5 for every artifact you wear. 0.25 after you have crowned. And then separate from all of that, if you're in the wilderness screen, it's 15 additional consumption per turn and 30 if you're a troll. So what does that all mean? That basically means right now, as a dwarven paladin that is burdened, I'm consuming 2 units of food per turn. So as a comparison, what that really means, a large ration, which gives me 500 sustenance, means that 1 food ration would last me 250 turns. But let's say I added invisibility. Now I'm up to 5 per turn. Then that same ration is only going to give me 100 turns. So that's how that matters. If you're a new player, I would suggest starting off with maybe 2 rations, large rations, just uncursed. And that should give you a good start. You'll find corpses out in the wild that you can eat. Which brings me to my next point. There's quite a few corpses you can eat. There's a couple that you should avoid. The main ones you want to look out for to eat: Blink Dog, which gives you teleport control; baby water dragons, water breathing; blue dragons give you electric resistance; Ettins, ogres, and giants give you various degrees of strength. It's not guaranteed, it's based on your strength. Also based on the degree of ogre, corpse that you're eating. Fire beetles give you 50% fire resistance. Gelatinous cubes give you paralysis resistance. It's a percentage chance. Additionally, they will paralyze you, so don't eat them around enemies. Ants give you acid resistance. Giant slugs give you acid immunity. Karmic dragons give you karmic. This works in the reverse order of attacking one in melee. So it'll remove doomed, then it'll remove cursed, then it'll add lucky, then it'll add fate smiles. Pixies, teleportitis. I wouldn't advise eating one unless you already had teleport control. Trolls, if the corpse is blessed, give you natural regeneration. Otherwise, it's a 50% chance. And then white dragons give you cold resistance. With all of that said, a couple items that you want, or a couple corpses you would like to avoid. Kobolds will make you sick, along with rats. Giant rats are okay, as they're pretty good for sustenance. Regular rats, I would not eat. I'm going to switch over my screen here real quick. I'm going to switch to this. So this is coming out of the official ADOM guidebook, not the improved one. And it kind of gives all the various satiation values and the various weight values. I pulled all this out and threw it in an Excel spreadsheet so that I can compare weights. But really, for the starting game, early game, you want to pick up a couple large rations. You want to eat a lot of the corpses that you find around. Once you can make it to the Caverns of Chaos and you can make it to the arena, you really want to pick up cooked lizard. There should be some rattling traders that offer cooked lizard, typically in the tens, if not the hundreds. I would buy out as many as you can, and that should last you through the end of the game. Without any further ado, that covers this episode. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Thanks for watching.